Crypto.com, Crowcoin holders. We had a crazy day today. Really, the entire market just almost like a rug pull, but come on, guys. Is it over? We got to be talking about this. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop into it. All right, guys, so I want to start off here on Crypto Twitter. Follow me at 333 Blacksea. I say, my Crowcoin holders, what kind of pattern do we call this? And I say, I call it Chinese panic. Look at this, all right? So we saw Crowcoin see a massive dive below many support levels, a huge wick, huge liquidity grab. Mainly, everyone is saying it's due to Trump and the Chinese government having a maybe trade war round 2 potentially, and Trump has initiated a 100% tariff on all of the goods from China. Obviously, the market doesn't like that, and not only for Crowcoin, but the overarching crypto market and the overarching traditional market saw a big beating today, right after hitting all-time highs really across the board for gold, Bitcoin, S&P 500, big tumble. But all in all here, guys, I do want to say, we'll look at Crowcoin here in a second, but I want to say that just remember last time this happened was some of the best buying opportunities in the past year. And we went to all-time highs only a few months after. Just throwing that out there. And I do think that this is not a tariff war against all the countries like it was back in the beginning of this year. But now this is just specifically with China, and it's just shaking some things up a bit. And I think that it probably will blow over. And usually whenever you see something like this happen, usually it's an opportunity. Now, it's not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys how I'm viewing this market and what I'm personally doing right now. I bought a bunch of things today. We'll get into that later. But let's look at Crowcoin. So it's so funny because I've been talking about how right now I didn't want to follow my instincts in this trade, because usually anytime I would see a move like this after we saw a huge move from 15 cents all the way to 40 cents, this big move on Crowcoin, we started bleeding down and we came up here and really rejected off 212, I would be shorting this. I was saying to you guys, hey guys, like, if this wasn't the fourth and final phase of the bull market cycle, if it was any other time, I would be shorting this. But because it's the fourth and final phase, I am worried about getting trapped. But guys, if I would have shorted this, I mean, look at this move. Like, this wick is absolutely absurd. Like, let's measure this. We wicked down from 21 cents all the way to nearly 8 cents, okay? That is a 56% drawdown. That would have been a very juicy short, but that's why also I was just kind of sitting on my hands. I was not in a long position. I was looking for longs in between this area, which is pretty interesting because that huge wick, now we've found ourselves back above 15 cents, which is a very important price level. And it doesn't look that concerning. It was just one big wick, and a lot of the market is recovering. It's not fully recovered yet, and I think that we should expect a little bit more volatility throughout October. But really, this was just a massive liquidity grab across the board, and many longs got liquidated. And, I mean, that's just the name of the game. When the market's at near all-time highs, it behooves the market makers to slap that down because they liquidate so much. And that's really their business model. A lot of these exchanges, their business model is to liquidate and stop loss hunt because that's how they make the most money. But all in all here, guys, I'm sitting on my hands. Usually, I hate saying it, but usually these kind of wicks like to get candlesticked, right? They like to be filled out over time. But right now, I'm going to see how this plays out. But if you guys do want to trade, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or description box below. We have a 10% bonus on all deposits to BTCC, and they have up to a 500x leverage, which is absolutely insane if you want to do some degen trades or want to do some high leverage scalping. I think that probably this big move is near done. Of course, this happens on a Friday, so we can't really see where the traditional market's going to take us. So I would expect that this weekend's either going to be very quiet or very loud. So I would say be very cautious if you're trying to open any trades. But regardless, take advantage of these awesome sign-in bonuses, guys. They're lucrative bonuses, whether you're trading now or you're going to trade in the future. Take advantage of them. Lock them in before those bonuses go away. And it really helps for this channel. So check them out. Pinned comment section, description box below. So looking at Crowcoin, look at this. Down 26.57% in the past 7 days and down 19% in the past 24 hours. Absolutely insane. But like I said, I'm happy we're back to above 15 cents. That wick was violent, and disgusting, but we're back above 15 cents. And that was where I initially longed Crowcoin back around here around August 25th. And that was a fantastic trade from 15.5 cents to 40 cents. And I made some significant profits. But am I as excited to enter a long around this position right now? Not necessarily because of this wick. I mean, it would have been beautiful to have like a limit order around 9 and 8 cents, but who really would have a limit order for that? This was, I would argue this is a black swan event. Nobody knew that Trump was going to come out and start saying, everybody, we're going to start doing a 100% tariff on all of Chinese goods. No, nobody expected that to play out. It's a black swan event, but that's why when these types of moves play out, I try to capitalize. I bought S&P 500 today. I bought Bitcoin today. I bought gold calls today. And really, if it starts to go a little bit deeper, I'm going to be buying more, guys. You know that I'm an altcoin trader and a Bitcoin investor, so I'm always trying to accumulate Bitcoin. I buy it every single day, and when we see a big dip, I buy more. I add to my dollar cost averaging strategy. Now, Kronos right now is sitting at a $5.48 billion market cap. Guys, we lost like $3 billion on the market cap. Insane. But I mean, it's across the board. We had a big V-shaped recovery. The real question is, do we continue to spill over? Now, something I want to point your attention to is Bitcoin dominance is at about 60%. When you're excluding stablecoins, at about 62% here. Solana below 190. Ethereum, my gosh, guys, below it's $3,800 right now. It was at 4,500 3 days ago. Absurd. But all in all, Bitcoin took about 10% move to the downside. Now we're trading at about 113,000. Like, look at this wick too. Like, this was such a. It was I just can't get over it. It looks absurd. Like, this was a W forming and then a wham, just a massive draw. And how far did we come down from this breakdown? It was nearly a 20% move on Bitcoin from about $123,000 all the way to $103,000. You're talking about a $20,000 price decrease on Bitcoin alone. Absolutely absurd. Now, it's really important that we pay attention to where we're headed here now after we saw these big corrections. I think the next, it's unfortunate that we're moving, this happened on a Friday, and we're moving into weekend price action, but I really do think that this next week is extremely important to see where this price action goes, because keep in mind also, October 6th, was 1,064 days from the bottom of the bear market, which usually in the 4-year cycle indicates the top. All right, now not all top signals are blasting. We're not seeing the pi cycle top indicator flashing, but that is one indicator that we are seeing flashing is the 1,064 days from the bear market lows to the bull market highs, and we're seeing that play out right now. But I'm going to be very cautious right now. I'm a buyer of Bitcoin below 120,000. I guess I'm buy Bitcoin every day, but whenever we see big sell-offs like this, I buy. I bought gold. I bought some S&P 500 today. And yeah, guys, next week or so is very important. Regardless, I do expect to see a recovery from this spooky black swan Chinese panic event, right? But all in all, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be sitting on my hands when it comes to high leverage scalping from trading. And I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into the positions that I want to hold for a long time. But that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. I think that Crowcoin probably will see some recovery as well. We just have to be a little patient. That's all. Check out all those awesome affiliate links down below. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.